LED Expo at Pragati Maidan organized by Messe Frankfurt Group. And we are talking with Irris. She is the Senior Vice President of Messe Frankfurt. So welcome Irris. So can you tell us about the show which you are handling, that is the Light and Building Show?
For 16 years now, we are organizing the Light and Building Show in Frankfurt, which turns out to be the leading show for all lighting and building technology equipment.
Okay.
It's the biggest lighting show comprehensively, components, decorative lighting, technical lighting, LED, which exists.
Okay. And what about Indian show that is on building lighting? Can you highlight on that aspect as well?
Yes. India is a huge market with huge demands in development of lighting in all aspects. And of course we try to roll out our national shows internationally, and we are organizing here the LED Expo right now extremely successfully, and the Light India show as well, which cover, both shows are covering different market needs.
We would like to know more about lighting and building show, because you are dealing with smart lighting as well as the security system in that one. So
Yeah.
can you highlight on that as well?
The combination of light and building comes from the perspective of for the building. So we try to put everything together which is driven by electricity. So it's the light on the one hand, but lighting needs to be installed as well, and so the building technology equipment comes alongside, added by access controls, building related safety and security systems, and all the installation materials. So it's a combination that basically comes out of the German and European market, with installers and electrical planners who are doing all the business.
When we talk about the smart lighting, so what do you mean by smart lighting exactly?
Smart lighting nowadays means that you not only put a bulb into a lamp, but that the lighting is integrated in building technology. So you have different atmospheres to create. Lighting is a part of safety and security. So you need, if there's an incident or something, you have emergency lights. So there is a growing combination of connectivity due to the digitalization of all these products. So everything is going to become smart, everything is going to become connected, and that's the reason why it belongs together.
Does it help saving electricity as well?
It does. LED especially, you need really less electricity. It helps saving the environment, it helps to reduce CO2. That's the reason why the government, the administration, the cities invest in these technologies. And on the other hand, the long-lasting period of LED products helps to save money, because you don't have to replace them that often.
So India is a country of 1.25 billion people, and the real estate is emerging like anything here in India.
Yeah.
Right. So what do you see, how big what is the size of the market that you are looking for in India, and so what is the size of your expo maybe in 2 years down the line?
The second question is the most difficult to explain, but the Indian market, so now in the Indian lighting market we have around $1 billion overall, and the LED market is going to cover 10% of it, and we worldwide in different speeds expect to have, I think during the next 10 to 15 years, up to 40%, up to 50% or overall LED. So if you see Light and Building Show next edition in March next year, you only see LED.
Okay.
There's nothing else.
Okay. And anything about security and that in that regard only?
Security is going to develop due to what I just said, to the connectivity, the digitalization of all products, the connectivity, and all the building technology has to need to operate from one central point. And that's the reason why access control, the safety and security of windows, the door lockers, the emergency exits, the emergency lighting is going to become more and more important.
Okay. So what is the features that going to be added in the next editions of your show? Particularly lighting and building.
Light and building, it's safety and security, for sure. We all know, unfortunately, the developments, terror attacks in the world, so people need to invest more into the safety and security of public buildings, metro stations, and so on. And the other one, the topic we will add is definitely new LED technologies that again brings new opportunities to architects and lighting designers. The new technology offers an immense new perspective on design. So the design of lighting will be again as important as the technology development.
So you have been traveling all over the world and talking to the people who are into this field. So what is the difference between the European market and the Indian market was?
So in the Indian market, the industry and you have to take care of the basically framework. So there are sometimes power cuts. So the products have to stand the situation, and they have to be more robust. You have different scale of wealth and development, and the industry have to serve these markets. You need cheaper products to serve all the people in the market, and some industries are much more advanced and they only invest in LED right now because the rest is covered already.
So when we talk about you are talking about the product. When we talk about the people behind the product, right? So what is the difference between the people you are dealing there in the European market and the people you are dealing? How challenging it is in India?
Basically, there are no differences. So I paid visit to Indian companies, and they are technology-wise so advanced and they are so smart. But the Indian market is a huge market. So I think the Indian companies, first of all, they try to cover the Indian market and to serve the Indian market. And when they successfully did so, they get abroad and they try to get into export step by step. But there are no differences.
So how do you assess the government's effort for the development of Indian economy? One thing, the manufacturing second, and also the Make in India effort by the government of India. So how do you assess all these efforts being made by the government?
Of course, the framework a government can support is very important to support the industry and the development of the industry. So whatever the administration, the government can do to set rules or to reduce bureaucracy is very helpful for the industry. That's what they need, so the rest they can do by themselves.
What is the headline of the day after 3 days of this show, particularly LED Expo?
LED Expo India, this edition is again much better than the last show. It grew in respect of exhibitor, it grew in respect of space, and it grew most probably, I haven't seen the figures yet, in terms of visitors. It becomes more attractive. I think the quality of visitors is becoming much higher because we invested a lot in database. And what I saw, and I was very impressed here, was to see not only the end product, the LED itself, but the making of the machinery to produce the components. So it's the comprehensiveness of the offering and the presentation of this show, which is really outstanding.
If we ask to summarize the show in just one line, so what would you tell?
To grow, to become more attractive to more visitors, to bring in architects and planners and industries, and to be the most important show for LED products in India.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your talk. Thank you.
Thank you.